Yo, what's good everyone, it's your boy HappyMatt, and welcome to a new series here on Figure 8, Press Garden. Press Garden is a series where I will be looking at the IDW Sonic the Hedgehog comics that started up last year and giving my thoughts and opinions on them. And since these comics have been out for a year now, there have been a lot of issues, so we're going to be playing the catch-up game. This video will be segmented into 3 parts. First, the starting line. I'll start off the video by giving off a detailed summary of the issue's plot. Afterwards, we go into the final leg, where I will be giving my opinion on the issue as a whole. Then, we hit the goalpost. And this is where I'll be giving a score on a 100-point scale of the issue, where I'll be grading on 3 criteria: story, art, and overall enjoyment. Now that you've gotten the rundown on how the show will be structured, let's go to the starting line and get down to business with issue 1 of Sonic the Hedgehog 2018, written by Ian Flynn, illustrated by Tracy Yardley, with colors by Matt Herms. Let's dive right in. The issue starts off with a full-page spread detailing various battles that Sonic has had with Dr. Eggman over the years, including the Egg Viper, Egg Emperor, Egg Dragoon, and the Death Egg robot from Sonic Forces. Sonic talks about his various battles with Eggman over the years, and how after his most recent battle with the Maniacal Doctor, he vanished. On the next page, we see Sonic running down a country road. Old Town Road. Sonic sees some random city getting fucked up off in the distance. He speeds off to go save the day as he usually does. On the next page, you see some random Forces OCs getting washed by some egg pawns. Before the egg pawns can claim their victim, Sonic makes it in the nick of time and just bops up the attacking robots real quick, cause he's the fastest thing alive. Sonic helps the dude who just got his shit rocked earlier, and gives him advice on how to use the Wisp-On, and then runs off to go beat up more badniks. On the next page, Sonic is met with the Hammer robots from Sonic Heroes, and he gets cornered by 4 of them. Man, it would help to have a power character right about now.
Who's there?
Sonic manages to evade the robots, but gets cornered again. But this time, Tails flies in and saves him. Alright, so this comic takes place after the events of Sonic Forces, and the last thing I remember Tails doing in that game is freeing up his cheeks to Chaos Zero.
Chaos! Sonic, help me!
Seems really different from his previous characterization. Sonic and Tails talk for a bit, and then decide to team up to take out these super badniks, using the super sexy 69 attack from Sonic 4. God, why the fuck did I call it that? From Sonic 4, they manage to destroy one and then go on to beat the other 3 using combination attacks. Then, to keep the other badniks from getting out of the town, they lock the gate on them. After stopping the badnik forces from destroying the town, Sonic and Tails banter around a bit. Tails notices that this attack was far more coordinated than previous ones. Tails states that after taking down Eggman at the end of Sonic Forces, badnik armies just kind of roamed around with no real purpose. Sonic thinks that Eggman might be back, but Tails says this doesn't seem like Eggman, seeing as how there was no real fanfare about him making a big return. Tails decides to stay back in the town and help the locals rebuild. Sonic decides to keep moving on and investigate other badnik attacks throughout the world. We find out that Tails is still worried about what happened to Sonic and Sonic during the events of Forces, and clearly wants Sonic to stay safe, but Sonic reassures him and goes off on his way. At the end of the issue, we see one of those flying egg pawn things surveying Sonic. And there's an unknown commander sitting behind Eggman's desk. And while he's watching Sonic on one holographic screen, we see an image of Amy on the other screen. And the unknown leader tells one of the robots to make sure word of Sonic's latest success reaches the Resistance. I want to crush both hedgehogs in one strike. Alright, so now that we've summarized, let's get into the final leg. Fuck my life, dude, what the fuck? For the start of a new comic book series, I think this issue does a pretty decent job of introducing us to the character of Sonic. He's snarky, heroic, and that's pretty spot on. I mentioned this during the starting line, but Tails feels a little inconsistent with his characterization presented to us in Sonic Forces, which this comic seems to be a loose sequel to. But this more action-oriented Tails is a welcome change, and is a perfect foil for Sonic in this issue. Ian Flynn doesn't knock it out of the park per se, but gives you a decent introduction story. But there is one problem. This issue does set the tone for the next 3. And is very formulaic in nature, which isn't really a bad thing, but at least it doesn't stick around for too long. The writing in this issue is pretty strong, but the art is definitely lacking. Sonic nor Tails seem to have the proper model sheet. While recognizable, they tend to look awkward in some panels. Like, for example, in this panel where Sonic comes in at the speed of sound to go put the finger guns up to the Forces OCs, he looks off. And this doesn't feel like a Tracy Yardley thing to do. But, hey, I don't know. And the color style at first didn't look like Matt Herm's, and I'm not really vibing with it. I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. And I miss his old coloring style from back in the Archie days, but hey. That's not really that big of an issue. Okay. Now that I've talked out my opinions, we've reached the goalpost. In my personal opinion, I think the story gets 65 points. The art gets 55, and then my overall enjoyment of the issue is about an 85. So, if we average out those scores, it's about 68 points. This was a decent issue, but it could be better. But it is a great opening to this new comic series. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. And this is going to be pretty much an ongoing series for a while, until I catch up to the most recent issues, which might not happen as fast as I hope it would, because it did take me 3 months to write this script. But that's okay. Remember to subscribe to Figure 8 and check out the Final Hazard podcast, where me and Lewis talk about Sonic news and shoot the shit. It's pretty funny. Yeah. Remember to subscribe to Figure 8 and check out our social media links in the description.